Yahoshua chapter 9. And it came to be when all of the sovereigns who were beyond the garden, in the hills and in the low country, and on all the coast of the great sea, towards Lebanon, the Hittite, Amorite, Canaanite, Perizzite, Hivites, and the Jebusites heard, they gathered together to fight with Yahoshua and Israel with one accord. And the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Yahoshua had done to Jericho. They acted slyly and went and pretended to be envoys, and they took old sacks on their donkeys, old wineskins torn and mended, and old and patched sandals on their feet, and old garments on themselves. And all of the bread of their provision was dry. It was crumbs. And they went to Yahoshua to the camp at Gilgal, and said to him and to the men of Israel, We have come from a far land, and now make a covenant with us. But the men of Israel said to the Hivites, It could be that you dwell in our midst. So how would we make a covenant with you? And they said to Yahoshua, We are your servants. And Yahoshua said to them, Who are you? Where do you come from? They said, From a land very far off. Your servants have come, because of the name of Yah, your Elohim. For we have heard the report of him, and all that he did in Egypt and Mitzrayim, and all that he had done to the two kings of the Amorites who were beyond the garden, to Sihon, king of Heshbon, and to Og, sovereign king of Bashan, who was at Ashtaroth. So our elders and all of our inhabitants of our land spoke to us, saying, Take food with you for the journey. Go and meet them, and say, We are your servants, and make a covenant with us. This bread of ours we took hot from our provision, from our houses, on the day that we left to come to you. But now it is dry and crummy. These wineskins which were filled were new, and see, they are torn. And these are our garments, and our sandals have become old because of the very long journey. And the men of Israel took some of their food, and they did not ask the word of Yah. And Yahoshua made peace with them, and made a covenant with them, and let them live. And the rulers of the congregation swore to them. And it came to be that at the end of 3 days, after they made a covenant with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors who dwelt near them. And the children of Israel departed, came to their cities on the 3rd day. Now their cities were Gibeon, and Kephirah, and Beeroth, and Kiriath Yearim. But the children of Israel did not smite them, because the rulers of the congregation had sworn to them by Yah, Elohim of Israel. And all of the congregation grumbled against the rulers. But all the rulers said to all of the congregation, We have sworn to them by Yah, Elohim of Israel. We are unable to touch them now. Let us do this to them. We'll keep them alive, or else the wrath will be upon us, because of the oath which we swore. And the rulers said, Let them live, but let them be woodcutters and drawers of water for all of the congregation, as the rulers had promised them. Then Yahoshua called for them, and he spoke to them, saying, Why have you deceived us? Why did you say we're very far from you? Yet you are dwelling in our midst. You were our neighbors. And now you are cursed, and you shall not cease from being slaves and woodcutters and drawers of water for the house of my Elohim. They answered Yahoshua and said, Your servants were clearly told that Yah your Elohim commanded his servant Moshe to give you all the land and to destroy all of the inhabitants of the land before you. So we were very much afraid for our lives because of you, and have done this deed. And now see, we are in your hands. Do with us as it seems good and right to do to us. And he did so to them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel. They did not kill them. And that day Yahoshua made them woodcutters and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of Yahuwah, even to this day, at the place that he should choose. Question: If Yah has commanded Moshe early on that Yah was telling Moshe, this is going to be all the land that I'm giving to you, and you are to destroy, or the children of Israel are to destroy all of the inhabitants of that land. So now these guys, the neighbors, come in, and they were afraid because they heard that that is what the commandment was, to kill all the inhabitants of the land, for the children of Israel to possess it, right? So is Yahoshua going to get punished here? Or is there going to be a consequence now that he has kept them alive. I mean, at first he was deceived. He really believed they were far off, but finding out that they were actually inhabitants of that land, and he's chosen to keep them alive, is that going against what Yah said, isn't it? So I guess we'll read on and see if anything happens. Have you guys ever wondered the same thing? Just curious. Because it says it pretty clear here that was the commandment. And then Yehoshua was deceived. So I can understand that. But now that he knows the truth, should he continue on with the promise? Because being a man of your word is also a commandment, right? Do what you say, and what you promised Elohim, keep. So let's see how that plays out. Shalom, shalom.